Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. I want to show you guys this new optic that came out recently, and you guys might be familiar with primary arms, Holosun, ACSS, the ACSS reticles that go into a lot of the Holosun and primary arms optics and everything like that. Well, Holosun has their new ACSS Vulcan equipped 507C, I believe is the model nomenclature on this particular optic, but it's not like your traditional slide riding pistol optic. It's got the unique distinction in that with this ACSS Vulcan reticle, it actually has a kind of like a big donut halo that goes around the center of the post. And so you're not swimming off there in the random nowhere looking for a red dot. It gives you instant feedback to help you find the center of the reticle. So it makes it much faster to use, faster follow-up shots, and initially when coming out of a holster, super easy to pick up on where that chevron is in the middle of the optic. So definitely a departure from your traditional optic that you're going to find out there. This one's cool because this Holosun has the shake awake technology, 50,000 hour battery life, CR1632 battery that it uses, and it also has solar backup redundancy as well. So Holosun has done a really good job on this optic, and it's really neat. You've got a lot of different ways that you can zero this optic depending on what platform and what cartridge the platform is chambered in. Right now we've got it on FNX Tactical and 45 ACP. So we have a 7-yard zero with this, so very short range zero in order for it to work out to longer range. So the center, you've got a chevron that looks kind of like just a V. If you zero the tip, the bottom of the chevron gets you out to about 100 on a 9mm. Now the way we've got this 45 set up, I think we're going to be able to make those shots as well. But let's shoot the gun, have a little bit of fun with it, and I'll try to give you some feedback as we go. I just thought this would be something neat to show off. These optics are like about 300 bucks, 309 I think is what they retail for. So a very affordable option for a pistol optic. All right, let's have some fun. All right. Yes, sir. Well, I think it's clear to say that she's dead on the money up close. That was some 230 grain Winchester suppressor ammo. Now, you guys might be wondering why I'm not running a suppressor on this particular gun. Chad and I have been messing around with the FNX 45, and the suppressors that we have access to, for whatever reason, we cannot get the gun to consistently group no matter what cam we put on it. So it hasn't been particularly exceptionally good with a suppressor, but we found that when we run it without the suppressor, of course, the accuracy is quite good. We're still experimenting with that. Don't take that for gospel. I just wanted to mention that. I do like the FNX 45 Tactical as a suppressor host, but we have to be clear and we have to be fair in that it has had some minor anomalies in regards to being used with a suppressor. AAC Tyrant 45 in the full size, that particular can. And then what was the other can of yours, Chad, that we were trying on this gun?
The Griffin.
The Griffin. Griffin Revolution 45. Now, and it's not saying anything bad about those cans. It's just that can in combination with this gun on that day where the sun and the stars align in a certain way, I don't know, but I just want to mention that. So we're running it loud today just to remove that variable. I didn't want to add the variable of the can maybe being clocked in a weird position or providing some odd accuracy anomaly. That's just the truth, okay? All right, having some fun. And I am wearing gloves because this gun tears up my poor sissy little hands, you know. I'm joking, but. Yeah, I mean at defensive ranges, you are definitely in there with this rig. Now, it is 0 for 7 yards, but that is specific to the 45 ACP and using the Vulcan. Okay, really nice setup. All right, take a few longer range shots. First, we'll take out our sodas because I promised Chad I would do that. Take out some of our evil sodas here. Oh boy. All right, out to 80 yards. The reticle does give you instant feedback. So if you're heeling with the gun or you're pressing the gun around or whatever, you're immediately going to see that donut show up. And it's like the human eye has a tendency to want to go for the center of a circle when you're looking down sights. That's why diopter sights are so accurate with like a M16 or an M1 Garand or an M14. The American service rifles, when you're looking through that diopter, your eye is always going to find the center of that circle, okay, all the time. It's just the tendency of what we do when we look through something that has a circle shape to it. So it sort of funnels your vision to find the center, and when you find the center, that's where the chevron is. You can, change the mode of this optic to get rid of the circle if you want. You can run the chevron only if you wish. Personally, I think the chevron is one of the high points of this particular gun. It really does help give you some instant feedback in terms of pointing it quickly. And then the range finding capabilities in the chevron, while simple, does allow you to extend the range of your handgun out a good bit, if I can do my part and actually hit what I'm aiming at. Certainly not the reticle or the dope. It's certainly me missing. All right, have a little bit of fun. All righty. Just gonna fire at will here. I mean, it is shooting exactly where that reticle is looking. And if I get a little off or in the recoil recovery, that's kind of one reason that I wanted to try the 45 ACP as well. Because with this 45, that thread protector's backing out a little bit. 45 does have a little bit, longer shot recovery, a little bit more recoil. It's a little harder to control. So I figured that maybe having the extra recoil would help really assess and hopefully demonstrate to you the recovery time being improved by having the reticle design in the Vulcan. All right. Very cool stuff. Beautiful. I do love the generous capacity in the FNX. It's always been one of my favorite features of it. I do love the 15-shot mags. It's a large gun, guys. All right, let's try some of these longer range shots with the FNX. Now, on the 45 ACP, if I use the bottom of the chevron, it should get me out to between 80 and 100, no problem. Definitely a hard shot with a handgun, but you can certainly do it. One of the reasons that they wanted to design that with the ACSS Vulcan reticle, primarily from feedback from law enforcement. They wanted, in an active shooter situation, they wanted law enforcement to be able to take slightly longer shots with a handgun with a little bit more confidence, I guess, if you will. Now, granted, 9mm would definitely be, a real easy cartridge to shoot out to 100. The 45 does have a little bit more of an elliptical sort of lob to it. Is that wishful thinking? For that, probably. I mean, 100 yards is a long way to shoot a handgun against a threat and actually say, with all trepidation that you're shooting at something accurately. But it is nice to know that having that a little bit of additional support there to be able to extend the range on your handgun if you need to is definitely a nice thing to have. I like the 50,000 hour battery life. I've been very happy with my Holosons. I do like the shake awake feature. I do like the solar backup. I think Holoson's been doing a really good job with these optics. We've got a few others that we've been running and they've been holding together really nice. The only thing that I don't like about this optic, and it's a tiny thing, but I'm not a big fan of the battery tray and the way that you change the battery. You actually have to drop this screw and this little tray comes out. It's not quite as robust of a battery system, but I do understand why they did it the way that they did though, because you don't have to remove the optic or, you know, do a whole lot of crazy stuff in order to change, you know, the battery out. That's just one tiny little complaint, especially on the bigger versions of the Holosun optics, like the ones that are meant for, you know, carbines and things like that. The tray can be a little spotty and it's just polymer. It's not super robust. That'd be my only minor complaint. Other than that though, I wanted to show you guys this. It's new. I've seen some videos out there, other people making some content on it. I thought it'd be kind of cool to show it off, and we haven't really done any accessory stuff in a while, so we thought this would be something cool to show you guys. All right, we're gonna shoot a few more rounds. I really like the FNX. I do want to kind of, you know, get to the bottom of this suppressor thing and try to figure out, you know, why we're getting such odd, you know, accuracy anomalies out of the can when we run it with the suppressor. So maybe we'll look at it a little more scientifically in the future, and, you know, maybe Chad and I will bench rest the gun, shoot some groups, try rotating the cans around, try some different suppressors. It could be a weight thing, maybe the length of the can. There's no telling, but I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of it. All right, I'm going to shoot a little bit more, have some fun here. All right, a couple more mags here and we'll be wrapped up just fine here. All right. I'm trying to shoot fast and I'm not being quite as accurate, but I'm trying to give you an idea of the shot recovery. I do like the chevron in there. It does help, or the donut really helps with the lining the sight back up. Well, we'll see. Oh, buddy, thanks for watching today's video. That 45 is pretty stout. It's got some recoil. It's definitely hard to shoot accurately really fast, you know what I mean? But the reticle definitely helps with that. I'd like to take a moment to thank all of our Patreon supporters, those of you who purchase man cans over on the website. It's a great subscription box that we've got with tons of great gear that we select just for you guys. Also over on Ballistic Ink, all the t-shirts and beanies and hats and other paraphernalia, all that stuff goes right back into supporting what we do. So we definitely thank all the folks who support us directly and purchase that stuff. Helps us run the channel. Have a great day. Many more videos on the way. We'll see you soon.